KVN started in 2020 with, it was established in 2020, and then you made 3 or 4 Kannada films with Sakat, beginning with Sakat, and then you made a few Kannada films, and then suddenly you said, let me expand. Because those were fairly small budget until you said, I'm making KD the Devil, then I'm making Jana Nayagan, and then Toxic. When did this idea of like, okay, let me make these few small films first and then suddenly go big? What prompted you to say, I'm going big?
The idea was to go big only.
Okay.
It's just that when you are learning swimming, you can't go directly jump into the ocean. You have to try it in the swimming pool first. I did with a couple of smaller movies to understand the craft. See, I mean, what audience get to see on the screen is a very, very different thing than the process that we go through that make that movie.
Yeah.
Small or big, whatever it is. So therefore, I want to try it out. It's like if you see a fantastic building, as the customer will appreciate what it has gone to make that building. We know. So therefore, we started with the small movies, understood the nuances of it. Then idea was to go big, and Destiny had its own way of making it big. One led to the other, and everything fell in place. And as I'm very fortunate and very happy that our first movie in Tamil happens to be with Vijay sir, Jana Nayagan, and his last movie.
It's a historic film.
It's a historic film. It's a landmark and milestone, and people will definitely remember this, not just for what it is and what it went through, the kind of hurdles and all of that. So I should thank Vijay sir for this opportunity and this collaboration. Indeed, making of it is a very pleasurable journey. Bringing it to theaters is a very painful journey.
Can you tell me a couple of things that you learned about the film industry when you made those test movies, so to speak, those smaller films, just to get an idea of the business, compared to, like, earlier you were a little on the outside and now you're on the inside? What are a couple of things that you said, oh, I didn't know this, I didn't know this? What did you learn initially?
Sir, it's first of foremost, the stories, of course, what are you trying to tell?
Yeah.
And sometimes even if it is an old story, a new way of presentation. Yeah. Either story has to be new or presentation style has to be new.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything unique to tell, there's no point in making it. Right? Next is, who could be the best carrier or the face for that story to reach wider audiences? And that being said, and then who is the capable person to put this together? Generally, directors only will tell the story. Now, writer directors are become common. So, same person who have told the story may be helping the project. It will be the captain to direct and all of that. Things used to stop there before. But now what I realize is every craft is important. Right. You get one bad guy in the team, and then movie will go out of control, timelines will go haywire, budget will not be monitorable. As simple as now, the costume guy does not do his job. Art guy does not give the finish that you want. You have to redo all over, or you have to compromise with the substandard quality. And if you are quality conscious, whether they appreciate or not, audiences, everybody will have a viewpoint. But as a maker, you should feel proud about what you have done.
Right.
For that, a lot of things have to be in your control. VFX guy in the end can delay the process and then not deliver on time. So one weak link in this entire 24 crafts that we have got will affect the film completely. So we need to look at not just the story, director, or the hero. You should look at everybody in total, every department, a smaller to bigger department. This is what I have learned. And also, you need to evaluate when you are making the story, casting people, as to, if you take few people, their availability also. These days, star heroes are focusing on one film at a time, but the other artists are not. They have multiple films they're working on. If there are combination scenes and somewhere if their dates are required and they're not available, your film gets delayed. And the infrastructure for making film in our country can be far better. I wouldn't say negatively, but it can be far better because if you want to make a period film, for example, there are no resources at all. You have to start from scratch and do research and make things of your own and all of that while we are trying to tell a compelling story which is probably relatable to audiences. Given all this, I think
When you say infrastructure, sorry to interrupt, but when you say infrastructure, you mean studios that
Yeah.
can. Oh, okay.
why studios alone? I will tell you the workmanship related. Let's look at it.
Okay.
Now, if you have to erect a period related large set, now are there enough skilled labor who can make those sets
Right.
within the timeline, within that cost,
And with the finish you want.
with the finish that we want?
Yeah.
I will tell you a separate interaction when we had to erect huge sets for Toxic.
Yeah.
What all we had to go through. I mean, sometimes even communication between the production designer and the man down below who is executing. That communication also becomes so important because there is a leak in that the product that you see, it looks very good on the paper. But when you go to see in the set, it will not be so.
Yeah.
So therefore, it is not just one thing. The training to, the education to, skill sets, see, most of them come through. And if there are 2-3 guys who are experienced working, the remaining people that they take would be apprentice or interns.
Yeah.
Other people have. So they play a major role. So therefore, the filmmaking, in my view, is going to undergo a big change going forward.
Okay.
Because every department, there is a technology angle that is coming in. We need to embrace on that and then see how we can more efficiently, effectively, cost-wise, time-wise, we can execute a project. Nobody is going to pay for the inefficiencies.
Yeah.
Ticket prices are same.
Yeah.
The number of viewers that would come for your movies are also same.
Yeah.
Now, if you go and spend more money, that's their problem. How would you recover the cost? Yeah. So you need to have math in mind. Yes, passion is fine. And at the end of the day, you are not making movies to lose money. Yeah. Profits may not be comparable with other industries, but still you need to end up in breaking even or making reasonable amount of returns on what you have invested. Otherwise, it will not be business.
Yeah.
So therefore, every department, in my view, is going to undergo changes. But do we have people who can embrace the technology?
Yeah.
And bring it to making of a movie? Yeah. For example, VFX has now become an integral part of movie making, and I think VFX supervisors are present every day, saying that this can be done in VFX, don't waste too much of time on this, and even at the time of erecting sets, they are present. So technology and then art have become integrated. Yeah. And that's going to be the transformation every department goes through.
Right.
Formal training and education, in my view, will help. Hard infrastructure in terms of studios, floors, sets would help. Especially when somebody is erecting large sets for a particular movie, and there can be a mechanism to retain those sets.
Yeah.
And if governments were to allocate a land and say this land can be used for erecting the large sets of different movies, and they leave them as they are, and soon that will become a city by itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is good for the next filmmakers. They don't need to incur so much of money. They can remodify.
It's a permanent,
remodify and then paint it and show it a little differently.
Yeah.